Hey girl, as we slide into this week, let me open by saying happy Monday to you. Listen, recently I found myself doing too many things at one time. I am absolutely certain you can relate. You know we are known for multitasking. While nursing my sick son, I also attempted to cook breakfast, and while I was there in the kitchen at the eat-in table, I was also working on another project for Zoe. Needless to say, I was on the move, driven to get it all done before the noon hour could catch me. Earlier that morning, I had brewed a cup of cinnamon-flavored coffee. It was good. And it had since cooled and had been reheated twice. Finalizing Zoe's graduation thank you cards, I decided to nuke my coffee one last time. I hopped up, turned the grits to simmer, popped the coffee into the microwave, added 30 seconds to the remaining 10 seconds on the digital panel, and then watched the counter count down to 3 seconds. As always, I interrupted the timer, grabbed the coffee out of the microwave, resumed my position at the table, and began to finish my project. But I quickly noticed there was an immediate problem. My coffee, it was still cold. Yet again, thinking I didn't leave it in long enough, I popped it back into the microwave. This time, I added another 60 seconds. I waited, and I did as I always do. I pulled the door open with 3 seconds remaining on the microwave. But you know what? Yet again, that coffee was still cold. By this time, I'm preparing to get nervous about potentially needing a new microwave, and a bit annoyed to have you. This entire process, it was distracting, and I had a deadline to meet, noon deadline. Finally, in frustration, I cleared the microwave panel and tried a new setting. Starting from scratch, I reprogrammed that panel. Time, 1 minute, start. I stood watching and waiting, but I did not interfere this time. I allowed the coffee to count down to 0. And there I heard it. Beep, beep, beep. It was ready. No interference. When I pulled the coffee from the microwave this time, it was hot. It was ready. It was perfect. Recalling the past 10 minutes, I forgot I defrosted the breakfast sausage before attempting to reheat that coffee for the 3rd time. The microwave was functioning as intended. If I had allowed it to complete its cycle when I was defrosting, I would not have wasted valuable time. The power level used to defrost the breakfast sausage, it was just too weak to warm my coffee. The power setting was just entirely too low. It required a different power setting that could only be reached by allowing the previous cycle to completely finish. And sure, I could have hit cancel or clear before popping the cup in the microwave for the final time, but isn't that similar to our nature? To start a new thing before completing what we have already begun, before that process is complete. See, there's a quick key on the microwave slated to save a keystroke or two, and sometimes we want to bypass steps or cut the process short. And when we do, it can cause more delays than usual. I am absolutely certain you can relate. See, the familiar spirit, or in my case, the familiar behavior associated with interrupting the microwave, introduced subsequent frustration that could have been avoided. In that short time, I sat here at the table and I reflected on the lost progress. Each interruption caused me to lose progress, requiring me to start over and repeat steps unnecessarily. It increased my time. What seemed like a shortcut, it can actually result in more time spent on the task overall. And then the stress and frustration, the constant interruptions, they can lead to feelings of annoyance and stress, and tasks take longer to complete again because we interfere. But then the quality is compromised. See, rushing and not allowing the process to be completely can fully affect the quality of the outcome. In essence, among other things, the familiar spirit, and sometimes it's that familiar spirit of impatience, can be counterproductive, teaching us that sometimes allowing a process to run its course is the most efficient, the most effective, path forward. I pray that this word blesses you today. Slow down, girl. You're moving too fast. Slow down, girl. You've got your foot on the gas. Slow down today and be sensitive to the voice of God. Abandon the familiar spirits of yesterday.